Hello everybody. I know I don't have the intro planned anymore. YouTube flagged it. It is what it is. We're gonna have to go back into the lab, get us a new intro with some new music. But for now, we're back and you're talking to Mr. Legendary. As you can see, we are going to discuss something that happened on the morning hustle. I am up every day faithfully at 5 a.m. I am driving to work around 6 o'clock a.m. Every day I hear the morning hustle, and it just so happens during the time segment that I'm driving to work is the time segment they do this thing called asking for a friend. So what they do is they'll have random people call in with random problems, and you can call and just ask a question and they will give their advice. Then they have random people who are listening call in and also give advice on topics. This particular day, I said, oh my God, this explains why being a stepfather is stupid. But I'm not going to say anymore. I'm going to go ahead and let the people speak for themselves.
Well, let's help you out real quick. So what's going on in your life?
My children's father, who been split away from him for about 3 years, right?
Okay.
He's starting to get his act together, wants to start, becoming more invested in the kids' lives. He wasn't around the kids a lot when we were together, and not at all when we broke up. Now he's saying, he's calling, all the time, wanting to FaceTime them and want to spend more time with them, like crazy. However, my new man is against all of the additional visitations and communication that, that my baby daddy is trying to, do. So what the hell do I do?
How old are these kids about?
They're 3 and 4 years old.
So just to be clear, she was with her last guy. She didn't specify how long they were together, the kid's father. She just said they've been broken up for 3 years, 3 years apart. She got a new man. Old man wants to come back into the picture now. New man is saying, nah, I've been here for a little minute. I'm going to let her get to it. But he said, no, I've been here. We've been holding this down. We need to do this the way we've been doing it. And he need to go ahead about his business. New man wants to step up. The same thing that all women be asking for. The same thing that most single moms asking for. A man that wants to take on your children as his own. This new man wants to do that. And let's hear what they say on the advice she should get. On the advice they're going to give her on what she should do.
Oh, yeah, that's like a crucial time to, introduce somebody new, and then two, also put stipulations on what their real dad can and can't do.
The kid's dad, he wants to be back in their life. He's getting his stuff together. And everybody has a point where they're, they up in life and they're getting their shit together, right?
Right.
I finally got a good man. He's there for me and my kids.
I finally got a good man. Let's just, I need for y'all to let this sink in. This woman who's calling in for advice is admitting she has a good man. She's admitting that this man has stepped up to be a stepfather, and however long they've been together, I'm going to let her tell it. She's admitting that he's stepped up to be a stepfather. He's a good man and wants to take care of her and her kids. And she's asking, how should she move forward? But I needed to point out those facts because these are the things that she's saying.
Okay.
What the hell do I do?
So have they spoken, your current man and your baby father? Do they have any kind of a speaking relationship?
No, and I don't know how in the hell that would turn out.
Yeah, it sounds like, this new guy's kind of controlling, and it's kind of like, well, hey, I'm here, he's not, whoop-de-woo, and if you want your kids to be around him, go be with him. However, yeah, he's there in the kid's life doing the day-to-day, but if your kid's father truly want to be involved, he should have no say or domain over that, because that's their actual father. And the fact that y'all didn't work out, it is what it is. However, he's still trying to keep a bridge with his kids, and he should be allowed to do that.
How long y'all been together?
The man, head crack, says that the man who's telling her, I'm ready to take control. I'm ready to take responsibility. I don't want another man here is being controlling because he wants headship and leadership over the household. That means that he's controlling. That is ridiculous. That a man who wanted to step up and be a stepfather, who chose to step up and be a stepfather, who chose to step up and be the leader of this household that had no headship, that had no leadership, that had no men around, he came into that and said, okay, I got this. And then when another man tried to come in, he says, no, we got this, I got this, we already doing it our way, let's do it. That means he's controlling. You've got to be kidding me. And this is a man saying this. So that's what really started bothering me. And I'm driving to work like, what the fuck? What do you mean? Are you serious? He's being controlling? He should have no say-so. The man that stepped in and stepped up that everybody said they want to have. The man that stepped in and stepped up should have no say-so over how the kids interact with their other father who hasn't been around. He should have no say-so. The man that's been doing it. The man who said, okay, I want to do this, now he should have no say-so. I'm going to say this now. I was going to save it for later, but I don't even think I can. Being a stepfather is stupid. Because we have people like this who think like this. This is not just him. There are women that think like this. People that think because you're not blood, you should have no power. But you should still be stuck with the responsibilities. Let me say that again. Let me rephrase it. If you're going to be with this woman and she has kids, you need to understand that these are all y'all kids, and if something come up where the kids need some shoes or something, you should have to contribute to that. Fair. Fine. This man said yes to that part. But then they also say, okay, but the real father's back around, so now when it comes to the power, you should have none of that. And if you want that power, you're being controlling by wanting that power. Being a stepfather is dumb. Watch who you agree to be in a relationship with, because they may also think like this.
Together.
Me and my new man?
Yeah.
6 months.
Yeah, that's going to be their father forever, regardless of anything. Like, even if he steps in and becomes the best father ever, you know, this is legitimately this man's kid. So he's going to have to be around. The other one could come in, he could go, he could be great today and not have no ties to them.
Thinking in fear and acting in fear is one of women's, specifically black women's, like most that's the thing they do the most. And it's ridiculous. Her advice to this woman was, okay, you only been with this new man for 6 months. The other man, who's biologically their father, has to be around forever. That is not true, because he's been missing for 3 years. Take hold of that. One of the babies is 3. So he literally left. He has 2 kids with this woman, 4 and 3. They had one. As soon as she dropped the other one, he's gone. He disappeared. So saying that he's going to be there forever is not true. That's why she had to go get another man. That's literally why, because he was nowhere to be found. So she did what she was supposed to do. She went and found a man who wanted to be a stepfather. And the advice they're giving her is chalk him, go back to the man who left you for 3 years, stranded by yourself, forcing you to get a new man in the first place. Go back to that. While he's still building himself. He's not ready yet. She said he's not ready. He's still building. I accept that too. I understand men go through shit. But they're telling you to drop what you worked hard for and just go back on a whim. You don't know shit. You don't know if he's solid. You don't know if he's just here just because you got a new man and he wants to knock the new man out and then go back on about his way again. He may literally just not want a new man around his kids. So the advice to this woman is chalk all that stuff you doing now. Chalk your lifestyle. Chalk the fact that you got new headship and a good man, and just go back to the baby daddy just because he's the baby daddy. I don't think I can say this enough in this video. Being a stepfather is dumb. It's dumb.
Because those ain't his kids. So I think that you should make their relationship, right? Like they got to, y'all, all three of you need to sit down.
And it seems like there's a little bit of a jealousy component there. Because, like, what does your man have to be afraid of? Is your man afraid of you possibly getting back with you?
What the fuck, man? What the fuck? There's jealousy by saying, I want to step up and be the stepfather. I don't want another man into my space, into the thing that I'm creating, into the family that I'm building. I don't want another man over this. And I can completely understand this. And I didn't understand this when I went through this. I chose to be a stepfather as well, over 2 kids by 2 different men. And I didn't get the principle of it at the time. I know 10 times better now. I think Kevin Samuels brought this up. He said being a stepfather is dumb because you're going to have to deal with different sets of rules when you have different men outside of the household. What I may want, and this is me now, what I may want in my household may not be the same as what he wants in his household, and the kids are going back and forth there. So the kids are getting 2 sets of life lessons from 2 different fathers. And what he may instrument and implement may not be the same values or things that I may implement in my household. One of us has to fold. And I think it's ridiculous that the man who's trying to step up, the stepfather, is the one who automatically should fold. Let's just be real. He should fold, but I believe that's bullshit. It's one of those things where how women say it's an unfair balance between men and women, and they hate the fact that it's an unfair balance. It just is what it is. Being a stepfather is dumb because it's an unfair balance, and it just is what it is. I don't recommend this shit to anyone. I don't. Imagine being this man listening to this show. He decided to come into a household with a lady with 2 kids and say, okay, I got y'all. 6 months in, everything's going good. She's like, I got a good man. We doing good. Baby daddy been out the picture for 3 years. So there's no one here. Been out the picture. And then out of nowhere, you got to hear her debating on the radio, should I listen to my man? Or should I say fuck him and listen to my baby daddy? He had to hear this. And then on top of that, you got to hear people saying, you know what? He's controlling. He's jealous. How dare he not want them kids to be around their father? He stepped up. I understand both sides of the argument. I just think it's so fucked up that it has to be like that. And this is why I tell men, this stepfather is dumb. You cannot win. And all the time and money and effort that he's invested over 6 months, they're telling to let it go. They're telling her to just chalk all that. Chalk everything he's talking about. Chalk his 6 months. So chalk your time. Chalk your money. Chalk all that. Chalk the attachment that you've built with these kids and let them go ahead and be with the biological father just because he's ready. Do not get into this, man. Don't do it. And women, I'm going to go ahead and name this episode what the men think. This is fucked up on so many levels, and this is why so many men don't want to deal with women with kids, because we have to deal with situations like this. I have to come in and want to implement and be the leader and be the man, and then I have to worry about you saying, you know what? Baby daddy is back around. I think I'm ready to go under his headship and have my kids go under his headship. And leaving me with what?
Ex?
I mean, I don't know. I don't know. It's just that, he's saying that he's been there for the past 6 months since day one of us dating. And, my ex hasn't been around for 3 years. So, basically since the baby was born. And so he's like, no,
Ex ain't been around. Now she said it. I said it earlier, spoiled the surprise. Ex ain't been around for 3 years since since the youngest child was born. Ex ain't been around. And that means this new man is jealous. Jealous of what? That's ridiculous. This is stupid.
No, he can't come around. But it's like, is he too new to be saying that?
Yeah.
Or like what?
And also, can I ask, did your ex start coming back around just because now you're in a new relationship?
Exactly.
And he's like, oh, no one's going to take my spot? Because it works both ways.
He ain't have a spot.
Is he too new to ask for this? And this plays into dating with intention. This is why I tell women with kids to date men who value the same things that you value. If you have kids, you automatically have to find someone who values being a stepfather, because that's what he's going to become. She found that. She picked that. And she dealt with that for 6 months of her life. What the fuck is the time span that he's supposed to be able to say this then if 6 months isn't enough? I want to know the time frame. Don't just argue that 6 months ain't enough. Tell me when is enough. Comment down below and tell me when is enough. If 6 months isn't enough, then what time frame is enough?
Well, yeah, exactly. His ass didn't have a spot, first of all, okay? And I mean, I don't know if he did or not. I mean, I definitely can see from a distance he is getting his shit together, which is a good thing.
Right.
You know, he might really, really get his shit together, and my kids can benefit from that good shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you know, good or bad, that's the man you chose to have the kids with. So ultimately, that's the one you got to raise the kids with some way, somehow. But I wonder what the hustlers think.
Yo, man, blaze us up right now. 866-HUSTLE, 866-487-8538. New dude is like, keep the old dude away from you and the kids. But the kids belong.
We're going to go ahead and fast forward this, because this is a radio show, and they just playing the whole thing in real time. We're going to fast forward this a little bit, and let's see what people calling in have to say about this. This is crazy.
Please, yeah. Please. So the kid be like, you ain't my daddy.
Oh, you know it's coming, right? You know it's coming, man. 866-HUSTLE, 866-487-8538. We asking for a friend. Good morning.
Hey, this is Tanae. I'm calling from Indianapolis. I really just feel like she just needs to go ahead and let the baby daddy be in the life. I mean, your new dude you only been with for 6 months, and you should never sever your kids' relationship. Like, I can't stand my baby daddy, but my son loved him, and I would never take that away from my son.
Clap it up for her one.
And again, man, I need the men to listen to this more so than anything, because, again, what they're telling you, what females are telling them, just like this random caller is telling you, if you go into a relationship with a woman who has kids, and you expect to be the ultimate leader, you expect to have all the say-so and all the power as a man is supposed to have in his household. You know, if these were his kids, he would have all the power and the say-so. That's how it's supposed to be in your household. But what they're telling us is, no, you don't get all the say-so in your household. You're going to have to share that. Understand, men, that that's what they want you to do, and that's what they expect of you, or they're going to say, chalk you with everything you've done. That's what she just told her. You need to just say, forget him, and go back and deal with the baby daddy. That's what they're telling us to do. That's being a stepfather is dumb.
One time. Because there's some people who will, like, keep the kids away just because you and the baby daddy ain't rocking.
Yeah, I agree. If the father wants to be in the kid's life, allow that father to be in the kid's life. There's so many people that are not in their children's lives. If he's stepping up, let him step up.
And I want to be clear, because I don't want to seem like I'm saying fathers can't fix themselves and fathers shouldn't be in their kids' life. I said I agree with both sides, but I believe this is so fucked up in so many ways because it just doesn't make sense. If we're going to have it to where we're at some point, if women have kids and they break up for whatever reason, and you believe at some point, regardless of whether you get a new man or not, if father wants to come back and implement things and roles to be involved with the kids, you're going to do it no matter what, then I think you should evaluate on whether you should even be looking for a new relationship. And I will take a step even further. If you do decide, you need to, again, make sure that that man knows, if we're going to do this, when he comes back around, or if he comes back around, we doing shit, me and him going to work something out our way. You need to make sure the new man knows that, because this new man didn't know that. This new man came into a relationship with a woman who was 2.5 years removed from any man, and he said, okay, I got y'all. And then 6 months later, it's like, somebody else ready to get us too. Can you willing to share? He's like, no, I'm not willing to share. I want to do it this way. And people are saying, well, just leave him alone then. That's crazy. But I'm all for fathers being in their kids' lives. I just think it's fucked up for a new man to have to say, okay, now I'm chalked because he's ready now. I gotta wait on him to be ready, and then I just gotta chalk all my time and money. That's fucked up on so many levels.
Yeah, man.
Period.
Because there's a lot of dads who ain't trying to step up.
That's a fact.
Keeping it a buck. So
Mothers too. There's a lot of mothers that's deadbeats too.
yeah, man. So don't be like them. Let them be great. Good morning.
Good morning, it's Rich calling from out in Pasadena. First off, this dude only been with her for about 6 months. Try to put stipulations on dude being around his kids. That's not even cool. She needs to go ahead and cut that dude loose. That's a red flag. But my man is trying to get right with his kids, and they need to have a conversation to figure that out.
I'm not gonna lie, you can't even ask me where I'm at after 6 months.
At what point can they?
I mean, not 6 months. You're not gonna tell me what my child is gonna be able to do. Like we don't.
So, as I said, I'm all for it. But don't expect none of the responsibility. Bro, I was just... So after I was chose to be a stepfather, I've spoken to females who've had kids before. And I automatically... I used to be such a nice guy. I used to be so optimistic and upbeat about meeting kids and dealing with kids. And I used to just be like, oh my God, you got kids, let's go. I'm great with kids. I'll meet them right now. I don't care. I don't need time. Now, this will sound so fucked up. I don't want to deal with women with kids. And if I do, just so happens she's that good of a female, I don't want to meet them. I'm perfectly fine with the father being around. I want the father to be around as much as possible and them kids to be with their father as much as possible. But that's just me. If I dealt with a woman, take them, please. Get them out of the house. Let me and her do our thing. I don't want to deal with that. But let me go back because I forgot what the fuck we was even talking about. Let's play it from there.
After 6 months.
At what point can they?
I mean, not 6 months. You're not gonna tell me what my child is gonna be able to do. Like
And that's what we was talking about. So if I can't, hey, don't expect no help. Don't expect no, hey, the kid got sick, I'm at work, can you go pick them up? Fuck no. I need to go run to the store, can you babysit? Fuck no. You cannot tell me I have no power and still try to give me responsibility. That doesn't make sense. And man, beware of situations like this. This is dumb. They want you to have the responsibility and no power. You cannot do this. You are creating broken people by doing this because you're destroying the men that still have hope of being a stepfather. People are telling her to cut this man short. A man that said, I want to be a stepfather. They're telling her to destroy him. He's built bonds with these kids. He's invested time and money. They're telling him to just leave him be. And move on with the guy who left you stranded for 3 years. Go back and deal with him and not this guy who still has hope. And that's what happened to me. And that's what happens to so many men. We get destroyed by trying to be the nice guy and trying to do the right thing because of these dumbass rules and these dumbass ways that women place on men. This is stupid.
we don't even know if you're going to be around long.
See, listen, a lot of y'all out here don't got insurance. You know what I'm saying? You can't pay for psychiatric.
All right, let's fast forward again. This should be the last round of callers. We're going to just listen to what a few of them have to say.
Somebody and they're trying to tell you everything to do with your kids that your kids that you're gonna have for a lifetime. I don't know. You need at least 6 years.
Yeah, because what you don't want in the long run is not only
6 years. 6 years, and I don't know. Sometimes they tell jokes, so she just may be joking, but that's even dumber. 6 years before I can tell you what to do with the kids that I've been helping take care of for 6 years. I gotta wait 6 years to be able to say, okay, the kids need to do it this way. So I gotta play pretend stepdaddy for 6 years before I can officially get a real daddy say so. Men, listen. That's all I want men to do. Listen to this. Because as I was hearing it, I'm driving, I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. And this is how dumb I used to be. I used to be that guy where, yes, I want to deal with a woman with kids. I want to be a stepdad. And they tell you, okay, come on. Come help out. Do your thing. Yeah, change a diaper or two. Hell yeah. I'm all for it. Wait a minute. You want to do what? You want them to go where? You want them to go to a different school? Oh, you're Catholic. You want them to go to a Catholic school. No, you don't get no say-so like that. You gotta be at least 6 years. You can finish helping me change his diaper, but you don't get to tell me what school they go to. What? That's the logic here. These not my words. These ain't words.
The kids being mad, like, how come our dad was never in our life? Meanwhile, the dad was trying to be in the life. Now you have multiple people kind of resenting you and the actions that you made at, a young age.
No, fuck that. Women, now here's a chance for the women to listen. Fuck that. Be the villain then. Do what you got to do to make sure you raised your kids to the best of your abilities. Fuck how the dad feels. If he wasn't around and he chose to ramble the streets, don't come back until you're fully together. I don't have time for the in and out dads. I believe that's what she should do. I believe she should say, I need to see the change before I just go ahead and change my entire lifestyle on a huff and a whim. No, I'm not changing shit until I see it start happening, and it has to happen consistently. What should happen is I would give the baby dad a time frame. I've been with the new man for 6 months. I would tell him, you have to show me that you're even willing to become a good parent over 6 months. What I would do is make him do whatever he's supposed to be doing for 6 months, and then once I've been with this man for a year, now you're 6 months consistently doing your fatherly duties as you should be doing, then we can come back to the situation of, okay, this man really doing it, he really doing it consistently, we're going to have to renegotiate this. I've been with you for a year now. Yes, you have a say-so, but I need my kids to be around this. He's really changed. Let's do this now that I've seen it over time. What they're telling her to do is right now, before he's even did shit, just say, fuck the new man, go back with the old man. That's how y'all end up hurt and single and be mad and be bitter baby mamas because you mad that the old dude that made you lose the new dude that made you lose a couple new dudes that you could have been moved on with, but you keep trying to be stuck on making the kids happy. And you can't make the kids happy. You can't make other people happy if you're not happy. Let's start there.
Trifling. And that's kind of like his ego. Like, why would you not want the kids to have a relationship with their dad? That's selfish.
Call it ego. Call it ego. Call it pride. Call it what you want to. I want to be the leader of my household. I want to do it this way. I'm already coming in at a disadvantage by even taking on other men's kids. The least I can do is run the household the way I want. And that's what most stepfathers are saying. I'm pretty sure that's what this man is saying. But now he has to listen to this. This is crazy.
Fish of you, that's your ego stepping in, and that's not your place.
But also, I'm going to clap it up. So that dude must be dropping some type of hammer on her in order for her to even be this confused.
Or she's really trying to make the baby father jealous. Like, why are you listening to this man you knew for 6 months over me who we share kids with?
Back to that anchor. Just saying, like, man, that's sex make people do crazy things. Like I'm cutting off my parents. 866 hustle 866-487-8538. What up?
She need to get away from dude as fast as she can. Dude, 6 months trying to tell you how to live your life with your kid's father. If she go for that, next thing you know, you're going to be separated from her family. Dude sound like he got some control and abuse issues. And besides that, that's them kids' father. And he was such a good man. Good man ain't going to try to keep another man away from his kids.
Yes, the fuck he will. Yes, the fuck he will. Because I've seen this go wrong. I've seen the downside of allowing a man to just be in and out of the kid's life. I literally got to a point when I chose to deal with the stepdad lifestyle and we dealt with the baby father who was in and out. There came a time where, we was like, okay, let's make this work. And he was supposed to get his son. And I think we both had to go to work, or I was off. I know for sure she had to go to work. My ex had to go to work. And she ended up calling off, missing work because he just randomly didn't come get the kid. He didn't say shit to her, didn't come get it. First he talking about, I'm ready to step up. We gave him a chance. And then he just didn't show up. So she ended up literally having to call off work because I think it was a weekend and daycare was closed. And she was like, I just don't know what else to do. And I sat there and I said, listen, I was this guy. I said, we got this. I said, I got a mom, I got sisters. we can arrange this. We can pay for a babysitter. We can make this work. But what we don't need to do is cry over spilled milk. If he's not here, we don't need to sit up here and force him to be here. Let's just make it work without him. I said, let's move forward, me and you. We got this. And I told her this. And it ended up, we'll get into how it ended up. But that's what happened. I ended up arguing, trying to fight for something that I should not have to have fought for. My situation ended up getting better longer, further down the line. It took a really long time for the father to finally step up and become the man that he was supposed to be. But by that time, the child had already started building bonds and learned things from me that he should have learned from his father. It was like I had to do all the hard work. I was there when the boy was 1. I was changing diapers. I was teaching baby steps. I was teaching how to use the bathroom, teaching how to count alphabet days of the week. And then once the boy got old enough and started playing sports, he was like, oh yeah, I'm ready to be a dad. Come join the football team. I'm like, bro, this was the fun part. This was the fun part in a boy's life. Like, now he's able to play sports and do stuff. He's big. You missed all the young years. And being a stepfather is dumb. It is really dumb. And it takes a strong man to know this type of things and still sign up to do this. Because this is going to happen. This is going to come.
That's right. And he must not have no kids, because that got to be heartbreaking for somebody to tell you can't be in your kid's life when you showing up and stepping up.
Yeah.
He hasn't shown up and stepped up shit. And he chose to do this. He should not be able to come and go as he pleases. 3 years? A 3-year gap. We're missing a 3-year gap just because of blood. We're going to just ignore the fact that this man was gone for 3 years. Just because of blood. That is ridiculous.
But the way he's kind of being overbearing, it reminds me of those old memes from Ike Turner. It's like, don't chase your dreams. The only dream you need to be chasing is me. That kind of energy. Good morning.
My name is Rico in West Philly. To me, it seems like she still want to be with the baby dad. The new boyfriend don't even have no jurisdiction over what she can do or what he can do with his kids. 6 months ain't longer. If they was married, maybe. But right now, he don't have no jurisdiction over what he want to do with his kids. On top of the fact, she sound like she still want to be with the baby dad.
What make you think that she still wants to be with her baby father?
Because she won't asking for a friend, number one. If she ain't want to be with him, it won't be no question about it.
No doubt. Appreciate your call, Rico, man. We asking for a friend. Good morning.
This is Amber calling from the south side of Atlanta. She need to let go of the new man, because for 6 months you too controlling and trying to tell a man that wants to be a father to his young kids. He's trying to step up, let him be a father. What man is trying to tell a man, nah, you can't be around your own kids? Who are you? You've been around.
And wants to be. They keep missing. And this is what people do. This is why it was so important to hear the callers and hear what other people think about this topic, because they believe that because this man wants to do it, because he says words, not with action. He hasn't done any action. He said words, and they believe you should just take those words and run with them and ruin the new relationship that you've made with somebody, the rare man who wants to deal with another man's kids. Ruin that on a whim. Ruin that on words alone, no actions. Women, if you listen to this type of ludicrous and this type of dumb shit, you deserve what's waiting for you on the other side. You deserve it, because this is fucked up. To be a man who wants to step up and who wants to help, and has to be told, you know what? I'm done with you. I'm going to go ahead and make this back work with him.
For 6 months.
And what's he so scared of? What's he so nervous of losing her for?
Scared.
Like you said, if the eggplant game is crazy, what is the problem? Like,
she didn't mention sex. He didn't mention. Nobody brought up sex with the host, and now I gotta remember this is a radio show, and they not, the people I'm used to breaking down, they're not me. So I'm assuming that they're gonna use their logic when doing this. They just running off with things that are been said. And it makes no sense, because at the end of the day, I still feel for the guy, and I feel for the women that called them and actually wanted real advice, Because she may run with this idea that I just need to leave this guy alone who actually chose this. And there's so many women out here looking for this. And people are telling her that, nah, throw it away. There's plenty more.
That man being a father to his kids ain't gonna affect you.
Insecurity shows itself in a lot of different ways in people. You know what I mean? So maybe he feels a certain way like, hey, there's already something there because...
Call it insecurity. Let's run with that. Let's run with it being insecure. Let's just say this man is completely insecure. He's her new man. So she has to deal with the fact that she has a new man who's a good man to her and her kids, who's now insecure about the new man. So she has to fix this, not just cut him off because he's being insecure. Fix it. Try to work it out. Try to talk to them. Maybe you do need to have them all sit in one room. But I truly believe the best result for this is to let the actions speak. Do not change your lifestyle because the baby daddy is now saying, okay, I'm ready. You're going to lose a lot of relationships once he knows he has that type of hold over you. As soon as she gets serious with somebody, I'm ready. As soon as that man fully gone, I done wasted about 3 months of her time, I'm going again. New man up, I'm ready again. Come on, you know I'm blood, so you have to stop what you're doing and let me back in. You have to, because I'm blood, I'm father.
Y'all have this going on, because even on the other side of the table, people sometimes are afraid, like say that, if the shoe was on the other foot, right? Mm-hmm. And I had a really amazing relationship with, my baby mom, right? Sometimes you can see people trying to throw monkey wrenches in that game, stay away from her because there's history there. You know what I mean? So.
It's true. Because a lot of us know a lot of people that are able to double back and go sleep with their baby mom or their baby father. So that's what he's probably scared of. He's like, I know.
And this also comes from people not knowing men and not knowing who men are. In my household, I want to run my household the way I want to run my household. He may have been in a previous relationship where a woman claimed she was ready to do this, and then the moment the baby daddy came up, she dropped him like a bad habit. So now what are we going to do? Another baby daddy coming up and dropping him like a bad habit? You're going to create a man who's going to say, I refuse to deal with women with kids anymore. He may do it off this first time. And I don't blame him, because being a stepfather is dumb because of things that they're saying right now.
Plenty of my homeboys are still smashing their baby moms.
It's like a sexual convenience store.
If that's what you want to call it. But they got to be adult and all sit down, because you got to let this man be. Not even let, because that's not even yet. Why are you trying to control her this way?
Yeah, too early. Good morning, yo.
What's going on? It's your boy, producer Mike, calling from Raleigh, North Carolina. How in the world are two grown men going to place themselves above the need of nurturing these young kids? I'm just like, yo. And number two, the new man, that's a red flag. Sounds like my boy got a little bit of abandonment issues here. That could be a major red flag, because if jealousy is involved, like Headcrack said, that's like a double red flag, man, because that can create problems down the road, not just with the kid and the baby's father, but also with the relationship, to the point to where that jealousy can spiral out of control.
I believe old tactics work. You remember, back in the day, people used to fight for their love. You know what I'm saying? We have a duel.
Well, he'll probably try to kill the baby father, so I don't think that's a good idea.
Hey, well, whoever wins gets custody of the kids.
No, he need to be able to take care of his kids, and this man need to get out the way. I don't know if he don't got a father or something, but let this man be a part of his kids' lives, and you move.
Yeah, there definitely seems to be something there with the other dude.
Yeah. I told y'all, and I agree. Let him move, and in return, man, if they do this, if they choose this route, you better fucking accept it. You better be ready for it, because you chose to go into a relationship knowing this was a possibility, especially if you watch my videos. I'm already telling you now, being a stepfather is dumb because of things like this. So if you choose to go into this, you better be ready when they choose to give your ass the boot.
Yeah,
real,
what's
man.
your problem?
You need counseling, bro.
Yo, mom.
Anyway, man, more of your calls later on this morning, but get ready, because coming up in about an hour, actually, you get a chance.
All right. I'm done listening to these calls. To pretty much wrap this all up, as I said, the stepfather game is a really unfair battle. And there are more solutions for the women other than just getting back with the baby daddy or cutting off the new man. If you choose to be a single mom and if you choose to have kids out of wedlock and you end up alone, there is always the option to just not date seriously until your kids are out of the house. There is always that option. And I know it's a sucky option, but this is what comes with having kids out of wedlock and having to deal with this dating world, because you may encounter men who don't want to be middlemen and don't want to have to share a household and kids with another man. I've already agreed to take care of these kids. I didn't agree to share taking care of these kids. And this man who was in this relationship did not agree to this either. He agreed to take on you three as a whole without another man. So then to say, no, now you have to deal with another man, it's really fucked up coming from what men think. Don't forget to comment down below. Tell me where I went right. Tell me where I went wrong. Hit that like button, y'all. We got to keep the stuff going. I want to give a special shout out to all the people that have donated through the Cash App. I will be posting the Cash App link below this video. Shout out to, I know for a fact, Thomas G. Thomas G donated today. I'm shouting out everybody that donated. We'll start doing that, implementing that at the beginning of the videos from this point forward. I just be so ready to give y'all this content that I be forgetting. I'm so ready to talk. I'm ready to give these opinions and these facts. But go ahead, comment down below. I'm still in the phase that while we're still growing channel, I'm commenting back to everyone. Everyone, you will get a reply from Mr. Legendary on what you say. Tell me where I went right. Tell me where I went wrong. And as always, over here, we argue facts, not emotions. I'm out.